how you see people determines how you respond to them. Let me give you an illustration. A number of years ago, I was running a youth group, and on our very first night of opening the doors of this community center in a really needy housing estate, it was a wet night, and there was a line of young people waiting outside this community center for us to open the doors for the first time to a youth club. While the team continued to prepare, I went out to meet these young people that were waiting in the cold and wet winter's night. One of the first person I met was a young guy, 15 years of age, that was obviously the gang leader. The others looked to him. He seemed to have influence. He was cool. He had street cred. He seemed to have all the right designer gear. And he just looked like someone that was influential. 15 years of age. And he was loud. And he was bolshy. And when I saw him, I saw the hand of God on his life. And thought, God has purposed you to be a great leader. I never shared that with him. But it affected how I responded to him. A few months later, after this club had been running for some time, I was away on travels, ministering elsewhere, and when I came back after a few weeks away, my team began to fill me in on the activities of the previous few weeks, and they said that this young guy, because of his behavior, had been asked to leave each of the previous 2 weeks. When they explained what his behavior had been, I congratulated them on doing the appropriate thing because we had to keep the standards right within the group. The following week, I go to the youth club, and in walks this guy. And he said to me, I suppose you've heard about the last few weeks of you. I said, I have. I said, can I have a chat with you a moment? So I took him to the corner of the room, and I said, very first time I met you, don't know if you remember it, outside on that cold, wet night, I saw God's hand on your life to be a great leader. And I said, I'd like to invite you to become a junior leader in the youth club. He said, I was banned for 2 weeks for my behavior. I said, I know. I said, and you deserve that. And they were right to do that. But I said, what's happening in your life is that you've got a call and a gift on you to lead people, and you're using it for the wrong reasons. If you turn that around and we can help you do that, then you can find a purpose in your life that will actually use that gift to transform the lives of other people positively. Would you like it? He said, do you really think I could do that? I said, I believe you can. You see, my perception changed my behavior. My perspective changed the way I related to him. You know, at the end of the night, you're not going to believe this. He came up to me at the end of the night, after being really great all night. He said, where's the vacuum cleaner? Can I hoover? I said, does your mum know you know how to use one of those things? He said, no, don't tell her. What took a young person from being banned for 2 weeks to putting the hoover round? It was perspective of someone else. When I look around this room, some of you think you're nobodies. Some of you think you've blown it. Some of you think you can never achieve greatness in your life. And I look around this room, and I don't believe you're coming to join a congregation. I believe you're coming to join a team. And I look at you, and I want to see the vision of God for your life. Because I see greatness over you. Some of you think, oh, I've done too much. I've done too many mistakes. I've just messed up. I'm not as talented as other people. And do you know, how we see one another determines how we relate. And some of you, it's true for your own life. How you see your own life determines, some of you are taking a back seat in your faith because you don't believe you can achieve anything for God. And God wants you to know the truth that ever since you were knitted together in your mother's womb, He knew you. That he knows the plans he has for you, plans to give you a hope and a future, plans to prosper you, not to harm you. And if you will get a hold of the promise of God over your life, you can step forward and say yes to the baton. I'm going to run this race well, and I am going to be the man or the woman of God that you purposed me to be. I'm not going to wait till another point in my life. I'm not going to wait till I'm too old and then say I missed it. I'm not going to wait till a moment when my gifting feels like it comes into alignment. Now is the time I'm going to run the race well. And the responsibility we have as God's people is to look around the room, to look around the team and see greatness in each other.